It's episode 10. So today we're going to talk about our 10 favorite lessons and moments that we've learned throughout doing these videos, a TMNT week check, and a whole lot more on today's episode of
The CM Pop Show. What's up, everybody? My name is Malik,
And this is Clint.
and we are thrilled to welcome you to another episode of the CM Pop Show. Okay, well, you might notice Clint doesn't have his laptop, and we've also got little tiny cups. Cheers.
Cheers, buddy. I forgot my laptop, but to help boost my memory, Malik, what did you make?
Espresso. So.
Espresso?
Not espresso, my friend.
Oh.
Espresso.
Oh, got it.
Gotta say it right.
Yeah.
So last week, I entertained the idea of buying an espresso machine. I really just wanted to make a pumpkin spice latte,
Yeah.
to celebrate the spooky season. So I entertained the idea, and next thing I know, my brother-in-law sends us some money and says, "Go ahead and buy one." Why he would send us money? We don't need to get into that right now. But now our house has a espresso machine.
That's really convenient because generally a pumpkin spice latte is like a $5 thing, and you're talking about maybe a $200 purchase, and it just got funded by your bro-in-law. Like everything's coming out Malik.
Yeah, I can't complain. So we bought the DeLonghi. Am I saying that right?
I think so. DeLonghi, yeah.
DeLonghi.
Yeah.
The DeLonghi Dedica machine. I knew I wanted DeLonghi because I had seen the commercials with Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
And I knew that he wouldn't sponsor something that was junk.
High quality DeLonghi and Brad Pitt.
Yeah. So, but of course I did a Reddit search, and I said, "Hey Reddit, what is the best low cost espresso machine I could get?" And
What'd they tell you?
DeLonghi Dedica.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, so we bought this machine. I bought it on Amazon Prime, and it shipped the next day, or it arrived the next day. And what do you think of the drink?
I think it's great. I love espresso.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Nespresso that I purchased because Brad Pitt's friend George Clooney made it look so cool. And it's good, but, I mean, having a real deal espresso, watching Malik become a barista was pretty sweet. He did a good job. And look at these cups, man. These cups are dope.
So I had to complete the package. So I go to Central Market, and it was like the Pure One of kitchen goods.
World Market.
Yeah, World Market. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yes, not Central World Market, which is like the Pure One of whatever I just made. I went and just looked for the espresso equipment. And you could probably hear the beans grinding now.
Yeah.
That machine is running all weekend.
That machine is hopping.
It is very
bro.
popular in this house. But it's the wife is saving money on going out for coffee.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her go out for a little while.
It pays for itself.
Yeah.
If you use it, I mean, within 10 or 20 drinks, it's basically free.
Absolutely. So the machine after tax is $190, and then $5 a drink.
Yeah.
Coffee beans are cheap. Well, relatively cheap versus going out and buying.
Buy them in bulk. Yeah.
Yeah. So I cannot recommend this thing enough. I even had an espresso last night.
Oh.
Like late at night. It kept me up for a little bit. So
Yeah, I bet.
I needed it to crank out some podcast notes.
Here's the great thing.
Mm-hmm.
You buy an espresso machine. Listen, 90% of folks out there, they're going to buy something. It's just going to sit on the shelf. Espresso, it takes respect because then you got to learn how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
But look, you've taught yourself a new skill.
Yeah.
That is a skill. You have people over. Do you want some espresso? You start tamping the grinds down.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what more could you ask for?
Mm-hmm. I was excited to make you a cup today. You're the first person outside of the three of us who live in this who occupy this home.
Yeah.
To have one. So
The core household.
yeah,
I'm honored. It was delicious.
So now in this house we've got a few coffee making methods because I had a French press. That was like my first foray into fine coffee, and I've had that for over 10 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And for a long time, every weekend it was French press coffee. Recently, maybe a couple months ago, when we started the show, basically,
Mm-hmm.
I bought a $24 drip maker.
Mm-hmm.
Just something to have like coffee in a pot ready to go. And then when my brother-in-law moved in, spoilers, when he moved in, he brought a Keurig.
Mm.
Um,
Ooh, you let that in this house?
Look, we're not coffee. What's the word I'm looking for? Not prejudiced, but coffee.
Snobs?
Yeah, we're not coffee snobs.
Yeah.
I'll have a cheap diner coffee, and I drink cheap work swill every day.
The old Monday through Friday.
Yeah,
So works well.
Yeah, so the espresso is really my weekend treat. If I ever start working from home, that'll change, and I'll be off the walls all the time.
Yeah.
And sweating constantly, but
The caffeine makes you sweat, get you hyped up.
mm-hmm. And I'm already a big sweater. So
Yeah, I love making coffee, and I do work from home. So I mean, it's always every morning I'm grinding beans. I got my little Hario V60 pour over. Got your little kettle. I'm just as obnoxious in the number of ways to make coffee, except I only use one generally. And we have a Keurig because my wife likes it.
yeah, I know that's what we tend to go for when we come to your house. Is the Keurig.
The Keurig.
Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah.
just convenient. Say what you will about the environment and the cost of the pods and paying $1 per cup and the poor taste and just the overall poor image. Where was I going with this again?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's no upsides, is what you're saying, and we should trash it immediately. Well, the thing is, I don't know how to make drip coffee, so
that's right. Last week I had to tell you how to turn off the machine.
Right. So we have a drip coffee maker that we had for when her family might stay a weekend or something, and I don't know how to use it. I know how to use a Chemex. I can use my AeroPress machine. My AeroPress. I can use the Hario V60. I can use my mocha pot like an Italian grandma. I can use the Espresso. Brother, you give me a Mr. Coffee in front of me, I don't know what to do.
So I'll teach you how to use the drip machine. The mocha pot. When I was looking up ways to make espresso without an espresso machine, because I didn't want to make the investment at first, that came up. Can you make espressos in those?
Yeah, it's basically Italian espresso. Okay. So it's a similar concept where you take the I think it's Bialetti, that's the one you want to buy, and it's a aluminum container, right? Mm-hmm. And so it comes off, and there's this little thing just like what you tamped your coffee in. You take that out, you fill up the bottom with water, and then you put coffee grounds in that little disc thing, and then you put it on the stove, and then the water will come up and go through the grinds, and it fills up the top chamber, and that's basically 1920s, 30s Italian espresso.
World War II era.
Yeah.
Out in the field coffee.
Yeah. Oh, it's great too.
That's another type of coffee. I don't know if there's a name for it, but when I was in the military,
thank you for your service.
That coffee that you're out, you're dirty, you're gross in the field. The cheap coffee they would give us in the little pump.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
It was good because it was all we had. But
I was wondering where you were going with that. Was it like an instant coffee, or it was just giant vats of coffee? You just doot.
Yeah, giant vats. The cooks made it. I don't know where it came from.
Yeah.
Didn't ask questions.
You don't want to know. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is. Where do I go to get it?
We're big coffee drinkers. That might be an interesting future episode or something on, hey, how do you make espresso?
Yeah.
Or, hey, how do you use a mocha pot?
Dude, I love coffee. Honestly, I could probably spend the next hour talking about coffee. And I think I will. So so I could drink coffee. Do you have a point where you have to stop drinking coffee before it messes up your sleep?
Not usually.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't drink coffee all day, every day. Mm-hmm. I'm generally one morning, I have a cup in the morning, And just recently, I've been doing an afternoon coffee,
Mm-hmm.
but on the weekends I do when I come here.
Yeah.
But I'm not again, since I don't know how to use a drip machine,
Mm-hmm.
I'm only making 1 cup at a time, and
Mhm.
I'm like, that's a lot of effort.
It is a lot of effort. So
Yeah.
to go back and forth is a lot of work.
Right.
And it's the same with the French press. But since we got the Keurig, since the
Yeah.
Keurig entered our house, I will admit on weekends sometimes
You go to the Keurig?
on Saturday nights I'll pop a little K cup in there and. So yeah, like Sunday through Thursday, I try to be responsible about my coffee drinking, and I try to keep it. I make my cutoff time at like 12 p.m. and no coffee after that.
That's good for sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, but like even when I have one like I told you I had one last night, it kept me up for a little bit, but it didn't like hurt my sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And generally, I find that I can drink coffee at night without it really affecting my sleep.
Got it.
I don't know. Maybe my sleep is suffering. I'm not realizing it, and when I am 67 years old, it'll hit me all at once.
Yeah, you'll just have insomnia.
Yeah. Poor health, but
Be completely wired out.
I feel great.
You look great,
Thank
dude.
you.
You're looking great every time I see you.
Thank you.
Speaking of sleep, if can I digress just for a minute?
We should probably digress. Yeah.
This is not in the script, but last night I generally me and the wife watch a movie, right? Friday night movie, and then it's October, so we watch the scary movies. And I've been trying to dial back my intake of alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And so Friday night, it's usually I'll have a little taster of like a scotch or something. Or if I got beer, I'll have a beer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was like, well, I don't have anything, and I want to cut back. I don't want to just drink water. And I was like, oh, I should have a Sprite Zero. I got Sprite Zero at the house. But I was like, I already drank one.
Mm.
Is it crazy to drink 2 Sprite Zeros in a day? And I asked ChatGPT, I said, hey, I think I'm crazy here
Mm-hmm.
because I would not bat an eye at drinking two beers on a Friday night. And I would not bat an eye on having like 2 little snifters of bourbon or something. But I'm hesitating on the Sprite Zero. I go, what's the healthier option? I've already drank a Sprite Zero.
Mm-hmm.
If I have another Sprite Zero or a beer or a glass of like whiskey or something, and ChatGPT was like, clearly the healthiest option is the Sprite Zero. You'd have to drink like 70 Sprite Zeros for the sweetener to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, it's clearly, it's a weird misconception that like in my crazy brain, I'm like, 2 or 3 beers, that's fine. Oh, 2 sodas?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that. So I drank a Sprite Zero last night.
Yeah. Now 2 full sugared Cokes or Sprites, that would be a problem.
That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a Sprite Zero, and it even said, hey, why don't you put some Angostura bitters like they do in an old-fashioned? And I did. It was delicious. And I slept like a baby. And I didn't feel all bloated. I didn't have any alcohol. And I was like, yo. So, I don't know. I digress. My dumb brain, we're talking about sleep. I'm like, yeah, anyways.
I've been cutting weight since June, and so diet sodas, I lean heavily on diet sodas.
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes I'll have 2 a night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's a crazy thought to be like, 2 beers is fine. 2 sodas? Ooh, that's excessive, isn't it? It's crazy.
It does feel excessive, especially when the cans start to pile up.
Yeah, right.
So that's a good segue into. You said you've been watching movies for spooky season.
I have.
What else have you watched this week?
Last night, did I watch? I didn't watch anything else. Last night, though, we watched. So, Amazon recently had, you buy 3 4K Blu-rays, you only pay for 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also had Prime Day sales. So I bought 5 movies on Wednesday. And, but none of them were particularly horror, but one of them was the Kino Lorber 4K copy of The Silence of the Lambs. Have you ever watched The Silence of the Lambs?
I have seen The Silence of the Lambs, yeah.
It is... I've recently made a top 10 list of my favorite films, and it currently ranks number 3 of my top 10 favorite films.
Really?
It does. And, dude, that's a 2-hour movie that feels like 45 minutes at the most.
Oh, wow.
It is, and it's so like it's so gross.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hard R.
Mm-hmm.
But man, time just flies. Anthony Hopkins is amazing
Mm-hmm.
as Hannibal Lecter. Jodie Foster is great as Clarice. You got Buffalo Bill.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
You remember him?
Sam Levine, right? That's the actor.
Ted Levine?
Ted Levine. Ted Levine.
Sam Levine's the little Jewish-looking kid from Freaks and Geeks. Dude, and there's so many like great lines.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's like, oh, was she a great big fat lady? So rude to just talk like that. Buffalo Bill. Anyway, that's the only movie I've seen this week. But I did start playing Alan Wake 2.
Okay.
That's one of like the free monthly games on the PlayStation Store.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that's almost as intense as Silence of the Lambs.
Is it? I've never played Alan Wake.
I watched a 10-minute thing on, hey, catch me up on Alan Wake, and then I started Alan Wake 2, and it's really cool. It's like a detective game, but bro, it is not for the faint of heart. And the graphics are great.
Yeah. What did it originally launch on?
Alan Wake 2?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that a PS4 game or a PS?
I think it was Alan Wake, the first one, said it came out in 2010. So that would have been
okay. That'd be PS3.
PS3.
Yeah.
And then Alan Wake 2 came out, I want to say, 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
It's pretty based.
Yeah. I could look it up right now, actually.
Hey, I'm the one who forgot the laptop. Not you.
Yep, 2023.
2023.
So that's pretty darn recent.
They do, and on the cover, I'm like, that's John Wick? But I get the Wake and the Wick confused. I'm like, is that Keanu? No, Keanu was in that Cyberpunk game. It's fun, though, man. But I'm only like 2 hours in.
Yeah.
But that's what I've done for spooky season this week.
Nice. And you called me out on it before off mic. I started playing Resident Evil.
Yeah.
For the original PlayStation, but on the PS5 in the PS1 Classics section. So I've never played a Resident Evil game.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm super ashamed to say that, but
you're not a big horror guy.
I'm not a big horror guy, and I've always wanted to play. I've always been curious about Resident Evil 4 because I know it's a great game just from looking at it and from all the critical praise it's gotten. But I've always felt like I can't just jump into 4. I've got to play first 3 or something. I got to at least try the first 3. So I played Resident Evil 1, and I remember as a kid watching like the older brother of the friend play it at their house, being like spooked by it. It's still pretty horrifying.
Is it?
The first section, first off, the tank controls are horrifying. trying to move your character, like he chooses direction.
Yeah.
And then you go forward or back.
Oh, you can't turn and move at the same time?
I don't think so, unless I'm just really bad. But you have to, it's Tomb Raider plays the same way. And I'm comfortable with Tomb Raider because I've played that a lot. But with the kind of the isometric stages, the perspective of Resident Evil, it's still difficult for my head to wrap around like the movement. So I turn on the game, I start trying to move, and you're in the mansion, right? And I went down the hallway, and you turn a corner, and there's a zombie or a monster eating some dude.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't have a weapon, do I? So I run. I find a knife somewhere in another room. And then I'm trying to figure out how to use the knife. And you have to, like, equip it. Then you have to hold a button to get in, like, battle mode. And then another button to actually use the knife. So I start trying to stab at the guy.
Yeah.
And it kills me. I turn the game off.
I'm done with this for tonight.
I'm too old for this.
Well, I don't remember. I probably, I don't know that I played the PS1 Resident Evil at first. I think I played the GameCube remastered one, right? Back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been 7.
When did it come out?
I think 97, 98.
97. Was it did it come out on one of those long boxes? You know what I'm talking about? Those long PS?
I don't think so.
That'd been kind of dope to have a long box Resident Evil, but I digress. This is a random thought.
Yeah, it looks like it just came in a kind of a standard
Oh,
jewel
look
case.
at the one on the right.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you're right. The director's cut and the greatest hits was your standard box.
Yeah,
jewel
yeah,
case.
yeah. The standard. Yeah, I always found those long boxes kind of cool.
Yeah.
The art's kind of cool on that.
I like the long boxes, and I have oh man, yeah, these boxes. I have a copy of Gex, the first Gex,
Oh, really?
in one of these boxes.
No joke.
Somewhere in that mess.
Bruh. Yeah, you gotta whip that out.
Yeah. Cool.
Isn't that dope?
But yeah, Resident Evil. So I'm gonna try to go back to it, but I've also got the original Castlevania collection on my Switch.
Oh.
I played that last year. I got Luigi's Mansion 3. I like to play these games when October rolls around.
Yeah.
Spooky season.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've got so many choices right now that I'm paralyzed by choice.
Paralyzed. Do you think you're gonna complete Resident Evil full way through?
No, I probably won't complete it all the way through. But not because I don't want to, but just
Because you don't want to. There's too much competing for your attention.
exactly. Yeah.
That's the problem.
That's really all I've been doing this week. Apart from, I had to buy a new Switch. I told you off mic I had to buy a new Switch 2 Joy-Con.
Yeah.
Because we've got these kittens in the house, and they knocked over the Switch, which I should probably put it in a more stable platform, but they knocked it over. I thought it was fine. Turn it on to play. One of the directional buttons is stuck, and when I finally get it unstuck, it stops really registering.
Yeah.
And I suddenly had the urge to play handheld mode a lot, so I was like, well, I better buy a new Joy-Con. So I went to Walmart, and I went to GameStop first yesterday.
Yeah.
GameStop didn't have any individual Joy-Cons, and the cashier was like, well, you could probably go to. I was like, wow, I know Walmart has a bunch. I just wanted to come to GameStop first.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay. And so I go to Walmart. And, yeah, they have a bunch, and I have to ask the dude at the tech counter to unlock it for me. And
Right, you got to go do it.
And on top of that, I wanted to grab some new wired headphones for my iPhone, just USB-C headphones, because I like to have a spare pair. And I wanted a new pop socket. All three of these items are locked up and in different places.
Garçon, can you go fetch my over here and that pop socket over there?
Exactly. And I'm falling around like a kid, like
Yeah.
over here next, and then over here and there. And
He's probably like, this guy, dude. Oh, my God.
and then the guy looked at the price for the pop sockets and was like, $30 for a pop socket? I can't believe it. I was like, I know. I'm not proud of it.
Inflation.
Yeah. They have to lock up their precious pop sockets.
Yeah. You don't know those pop sockets to find legs and get out of there. It'd be bad for Walmart's bottom line.
Yeah.
What is the GameStop experience like? Because they just had their cases were too filled with PSA graded cards. They couldn't afford to keep any Switch 2 Joy-Cons.
Okay. You go into a GameStop, and most GameStops nowadays are kind of sad. The shelves are like barely filled anymore.
Yeah.
The game cases, of course, they have like the game cases displayed, but they really just save it for like the top, like the most popular games. I guess you've always had to like ask them for the game, but it just looks so sad and barely shelved. And it's got a lot of like toys and merchandise now, and like shirts on clearance.
Right. Oof.
Yeah.
Man. Good thing they've been buying Bitcoin.
You would never know. Like, you go into a GameStop, you would never. The stuff we hear about on the internet about like the Bitcoin and the graded cards and getting into retro games now, you would never know that when you walk into the store, because it's just like nerd merchandise mostly.
Right.
And yeah, like I said, barely shelved. And I don't blame GameStop for it. It's kind of like just the sign of the times.
Right. Try and do what they can.
Mm-hmm.
I've been wanting to. I want to purchase Astrobot, and Amazon doesn't have it.
Really?
That's the weirdest thing. And it's like $70 at Target or Walmart, but then it's like $50 at GameStop.
Used or new?
Uh-oh. Did I click used? And Anyway, I've been debating on going to a GameStop to buy Astrobot because I got the disc version, right? So here's a good question. I feel like I should just own the physical copy,
Mm-hmm.
but the lazy part of me is like, just buy it on the PS5, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like a zillennial or whatever.
So if you really value having like a shelf display, and or you plan to resell the game, yeah, you need to get the physical. If you're the kind of guy who doesn't resell the games like me anymore, it doesn't matter. Digital, especially with PS5, because I don't know if the PS5 games are on disc anymore, or if there's just a license on the disc and then you still have to download it from. I've heard that the games are still on the disc for most PS5 games, and the system just downloads it from the disc, so I can run it faster. I've heard conflicting things.
I will say this though. I have WWE. The only game I've been playing everything off that PS Plus Premium, whatever. The only game I've actually purchased is WWE 2K25, which was on last month's PS Plus. I was like, what the hell did I buy it for then? But when I want to play it, and if the disc isn't in there, it is kind of a pain in the ass to be like, all right, let me go put the game in. I can just
versus just boop.
But
the menu.
Right. But I really want Astrobot, and I just feel like I want the physical copy. I'm not ready to make the leap to only buying digital games.
Mm-hmm.
So, third world problem. That's the cross I bear right now.
So for the Switch 1, I went all digital, and I sort of regretted that decision. Because I saw some of the cool physical editions that were coming. It's like, well, if I get one physical game, it's not going to look right.
Right.
So for Switch 2, I decided to mix it up, and so far I've only gotten Donkey Kong Bonanza on physical. I don't feel any more whole. I don't feel any more complete having a physical game. I feel like I could have just bought the digital. Now I have to. Only thing is, now I have to remember there's a game in here. I have to, if I want to buy a new physical game, I have to swap out the cartridges.
Right. So. That is, yeah. On the Switch, we have, I think, all physical, except maybe Breath of the Wild on our Switch. But when the kiddo is like, I want to play Mario Kart now, and she's been playing Animal Crossing, I'm like, gotta get up and get the
Gotta look for it.
I don't want to. I don't want to give in to an all digital world. I still like the physical stuff, but gosh, I can't deny the convenience factor.
Might be time for us to just embrace experiences over things. But really, the show's about collectibles.
Yeah. So how dare you say that? We have an audience that likes things, Malik.
All right, should we move on? We've been talking about.
Let's move on. That was a good week check.
Yep. So this is our 10th episode. We wanted to talk about. First, we wanted to kind of briefly talk about. We have a lot of things to talk about today, actually.
If you couldn't tell.
Yeah. So since it's our 10th episode, we want to talk about like 10 things we kind of learned about the show and 10 things we picked up since then. So how about you start? What's something you've learned since doing the show?
Sure. So interestingly, I think when we talked about doing this, it's the great way both of our brains work is that we go in two different directions or two, different things. And so what I focused on was what are like my favorite moments, or what are the things that we've talked about that I just enjoyed and that were related to the show. And one thing, if I have a favorite moment, one of them is probably for 6 of our 10 episodes, we talked about Spider-Man going to Magic the Gathering, and literally at every episode, I feel like we had to recant what we said the week before. Because first it was, maybe they're not going to, maybe it's a first printing and they're trying to move on Avatar. And the next week it was like, oh no, they're clearly going to keep printing it. And then it was, look how crazy these prices are. And then everything crashed the next week. And we were like, oh, look, now it's way cheaper. And I think just the fun of every week, what's going to happen to Spider-Man Magic the Gathering was just kind of a fun week-to-week thing.
Yeah. Yep. That was fun. So I've been handling kind of technical side of things of the show, because I'm really into like recording and playing with recording equipment and stuff. So the show is shot using my iPhone. It was shot with the iPhone 14 Pro first, and then when I got the 17 Pro Max, we switched to that. The 14, both these phones have 3 camera lenses on them, and I knew from my experience in photography that about lens distortion. If you bring the lens too close to you, you have a tendency to just kind of distort things in the center of that lens or the side. So with the 14 Pro, we're shooting with the telephoto lens, and right now we're shooting with the telephoto lens. But we tried 1 week shooting with the standard wide lens, and we had to bring the camera super close. And you noticed my laptop was like blown out looking, and it was just wide. Everything looked messed up. So now it's telephoto or nothing. So one of the things I learned is, and I already knew, but I definitely confirmed it, back the camera up. When you're shooting, if you can shoot with the telephoto lens and get a little bit further from your subject, do it. This goes for photography and videography. That's why selfies always end up looking kind of wonky.
So back that thing up.
Back that thing up.
Is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Listen, you have triple the lenses on your phone than I have. So I take your word for everything camera related. So I think my next thing is, y'all were here when I ended up getting a PS5, and I started falling down a rabbit hole of kind of re-embracing. I'm basically me in middle school again. I'm watching movies all the time, and I'm playing video games. And part of the excitement was to be able to get 4K Blu-ray movies. Yeah. And a part of that, frankly, I purchased this after I left, I think, for episode 8. I went to our local movie store, movie training company, and I purchased The Evil Dead and The Evil Dead 2 on 4K Blu-ray. And beautiful. So, look at this. And so this is the Best Buy Steelbook edition of The Evil Dead. Look,
you have to be here in person to see this.
It's pretty. I mean, look at that. It's pretty dope. And you get the 4K rendition and the Blu-ray for The Evil Dead. Nice. Because all the special features come on the Blu-ray. And then you get the same thing for The Evil Dead 2. And this wasn't cheap. And actually, I didn't buy anything at the pin show we went to, and I just used all my pin money on this. But I thought, you know what? Evil Dead 2 is pretty easy to come by. The Evil Dead is my favorite horror film of all time. On 4K Blu-ray, it's hard to find.
Really?
And, like, it's out of print or something, and if you buy it online, you're going to pay between $40 to $70 or something. And then there's the, if it's European, I'm not smart enough to know if it's going to work on my PlayStation 5 or not. Like, I don't know. It may not. Maybe I need a certain North America version. And I was like, you know what? This kills 2 birds with 1 stone, and I know it's going to work. And I went ahead and got it. I watched the first one, and it looks awesome. If you'd like a more detailed look at the Steelbook, you can check me out, my other channel on YouTube. I did a short on this, and it's a beautiful movie.
Nice. Okay. Second thing I've learned. Do an audio test. Before you shoot every episode, test your audio out. What happened at one episode where I used one of these that far off computer as a monitor to check our stuff, and I forgot that the audio was playing from there. So to us, the audio sounded fine. When I go back to edit, it was too loud. It was drowning out everything we were saying.
Yeah.
So I had to I think I had to do away with that, with the whole parts of that video.
Yeah.
I had to speed through it. And, so audio check.
And both mics.
Both mics.
I think we've done it where one of our mics didn't work, and it was like, uh-oh, it sounds fine, but we're not. It's not right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, audio is important for something like this.
Yeah.
My next thing would be, this is another favorite moment of mine, is this guy whipped out a couple big old boxes from the Pokemon Center and unboxed the most raddest looking Pikachu and Pichu Halloween decorations you'd ever seen in your life.
Look out into the window right now.
Yeah, I see them. They're peeking out. That was either episode 7 or 8.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
We've done so many.
We've done so many. There's so many episodes now. But the wonder of just seeing them pop out and high quality stuff. That was one of my favorite moments we've done.
Unboxings are fun. I think we should try to do more of those.
Agreed.
Yeah, because you never know. I mean, getting live reactions of what's in the box is pretty fun.
Yeah. And let's be honest, we tend to get new things fairly often enough.
We're probably bad consumers.
Yeah.
Okay, so a third thing that I learned: don't stick too heavily to a script. Actually, okay, yeah. Well, don't stick too heavily to a script because you want the conversation to flow and be natural sounding, and you want to talk to the person next to you like they're your friend, because you are my friend. How would I talk to you?
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. How would I talk to you if we weren't recording, if we didn't have mics?
Right.
That's how I should be talking to you.
Right.
Scripts are good for different types of show formats, but
Yeah.
this kind of show format, not so much.
I think the script helps. It's like when you go bowling and you need the gutter rails.
Mm-hmm.
The script's just the gutter rails to make sure we don't go in the gutter.
Yeah. And
Keep us on track.
And that'll be my other point. But go ahead and do your next point.
Sure. All right. My other point is another thing that we talked about probably, again, maybe episode 7 or 8. It was after where we went to the Pin Show. We talked about the Hobonichi stuff. And my favorite thing I've probably purchased since we started the show is the Hobonichi Tragen. And so this is a freaking awesome cover for the Hobonichi Techo journal. And I initially got this for 2026, but because my Hon fits in it, I'm like, screw it, I'm using it now. Why wait? No time like the present. And dude, it's got so many pockets, got a little zipper thing. It makes me feel like a grown up. It's really rad. And also purchased the cool Tomie Hobonichi pencil board that everybody was clamoring over, and grabbed one of those. But that was a pretty big September for us, and mentioned on the show. And I thought, dude, if I think of anything that I've purchased that I probably have gotten as much enjoyment out of since we started this, it's this thing.
Nice. So my next thing that I learned kind of goes back to my other thing, my previous thing, and what you mentioned about the guardrails, the gutter. Yeah, you gotta have some notes. You gotta have some notes because we've come to the show. We're both busy, and we've come into the show without any notes 1 or 2 weeks, and just decided to go off the rails. And it kind of works because we have rapport with each other.
Mm-hmm.
We're able to bounce off each other. But those moments before you hit record, when you're wondering what you're going to talk about, it's kind of rough.
Yeah?
Yeah. You have nothing in front of you to guide you. So
yeah.
Take some notes. Take 5 minutes. Take 10 minutes. Just write something down and bring it with you.
Yeah. Riffing's good, but sometimes the chamber's empty.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then my number one thing on my list, the favorite thing about doing the show is the fact that we actually did it. Mm-hmm. So I think episode number 1's my favorite because, we tried this maybe 6 years ago, and, we're busy. We can never make it work, and then life happens. And I think it's always something that's been in the back of our mind to get back to. And so the fact that, A, we've done it, and B, what's our 10th episode? That's 7 or 8 more than we did last time.
Yeah.
Just the fact that, if you make it a priority and you stick to it, it becomes something that becomes a little more fun, a little more natural, and a part of your routine. And it's something that I really enjoy and cherish. I'd say, my favorite thing is the fact that we actually started doing it.
Yeah. And that goes into that blends in with my fifth thing that I learned is maintain your routine as closely as possible. Um, I think by us meeting around the same time, around the same day every week, has enabled us to stick to this.
Yeah.
And it helps that we have like stable work schedules that
Right.
don't require us to come in at weird times.
Yeah.
But just doing it is simultaneously the hardest thing and the easiest thing.
Right. Yeah.
There are many reasons you can invent to not show up for something that you want to do, but also you can silence those voices and just get up and go.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that's the principle I use, the mindset I have going to the gym. Is to me, it's like brushing my teeth. I don't think about whether I should or shouldn't brush my teeth. I just do it because that'd be gross if I didn't.
Right.
So I go to the gym. I don't think about whether I should or I shouldn't go to the gym. Going to the gym is just something I do. This should be just something we do.
Yeah, I agree.
If it's something you want to do. I'm not saying everybody should go out. If you want to make a show,
Yeah.
just do it.
You should do it. Nike said it best. And like Yoda said, do or do not. There is no try.
Mm-hmm.
And I tend to think sometimes try is kind of like, it's a pet peeve of mine a little bit. But I think it's a pet peeve when I tell myself that.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm like, yeah, I'll try to do that, that generally means I'm not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I try to change it to say, well, I am going to do that. That kind of holds me accountable to it.
Yep. Yeah, I do the same trick, and it works most of the time for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is our 10th episode, and my goal was to do 10 episodes at least, 10 weeks. We got close. We did 10 in 11 weeks. But you know what? I'll take it.
Who's counting?
It's a win. Yeah, who's counting?
Right.
It's a win. So we are talking about ways to how we're gonna go forward with the show and bring in some new ideas. So hopefully we'll have some cool things down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. So stick with us and it'll get better.
Stick around.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, I think we found a couple things we might double click on in this episode. We might get a little coffee action, a little stationary action, and we'll always be talking about fun pop culture stuff.
Okay. Do you want to move on to the next thing? Magic of the Gathering TMNT set reveal.
Dude, it came out. Or it's not out, but the little reveal did.
It has been revealed, and I am a huge TMNT fan, so I wanted to really dive into it and go into the history of the TMNT as well. Kind of a brief history. Let's look at the set. And I looked at it a little bit last night, but I didn't go too deep into it. I wanted to save it for the show.
Yeah.
So, yeah, October 10th, this article came out yesterday from Magic the Gathering's official website. They got their own expansion symbol.
Love the symbols.
The set code is TMT. Are there 3 sets? You got the Teenage Mutant Turtles set code. Eternal Legal. What does that mean?
I don't know. Oh, wait. Those sets, I guess it says below, it'll be legal like Commander, Legacy, so on.
Okay.
And then the play boosters from TMT and PZA. These cards are playable in draft and sealed.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
MSRP's $7 for a play booster, $38 for a collector booster.
$38 for one pack.
Is that what that is, really?
As one collector booster pack.
So what's so special about a collector booster?
I mean, that's what all the cards are hollow. That's where if there are serialized cards are going to be in a collector booster. Generally, collector boosters don't get reprinted. So play boosters will get reprinted if it's popular. Collectors are only going to get reprinted once.
Oh.
So when you see the $1,200 Final Fantasy and all that, it's for all those crazy collectors out there.
Oh, man. Okay. Commander deck, $70. That seems higher than what I remember.
Yeah.
Paying.
But compared to a collector booster, kind of a bargain.
Yeah. Remind me, what's a draft night?
So that's like if you go to your local TCG store, I guess $120 is your entry to play draft. which is kind of a lot. Generally, it means you split a box and you keep the cards and all that. I've never done a draft at a place. I've done it with my family and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
$120 is a little steep, but
Yeah.
or unless it's again, I don't know what pizza bundle means either. So maybe this is a different product. Maybe
Okay.
draft night's a different product.
Okay. Important dates. Launches February 10th next year, 2026. Pre-release is February 27th to March 5th. And you got the league.
So when we were previewing the MTG 2026 sets last week, this must have been the one that wasn't announced yet. Because I remember there was one that was like, it'll be a Universes Beyond set.
Oh.
It's got to be this.
Yeah, okay. Cards for every Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. So let's look at that.
Or outside the game. For exactly 4 legendary creature cards you own with different names.
So what are you looking at here? What do you think you're looking at here?
I think I'm looking at you're able to get the turtles out altogether. So like if you search your library or outside the game, well you're gonna get Leo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo, and then your opponent has to choose 2 of them, and you put 2 in your hand, and you put the rest in your library. So even outside the game is interesting. So does that also just mean you don't have to start the game with all of them in your deck? Or maybe you're going to have different variations of the turtles? But I think this is clearly designed to try to get all the turtles out on the board.
And on the card art, you've got different versions of the turtles from their different incarnations. Looks like you've got live action Donatello, 1987 Raphael, IDW Leonardo maybe, and then 1984 Mirage. It must be Michelangelo. Yeah, nunchucks right there.
I like the different art,
Yeah.
even though I don't. What is that? That's the IDW one.
The so Leonardo's IDW.
Yeah, Leah. Yeah,
Black and white is Mirage.
Interesting.
And we'll go into that in a minute here. What else? Some more art here. So, borderless, my favorite type of art.
Oh, signed by Kevin Eastman.
Oh,
Eastman.
That's pretty cool.
And that will be in a collector booster.
So that's the original Eastman and Laird art, the original creators of the Turtles. I don't know if that's a panel from the comics or if that's new art. Because Eastman, he still can kind of imitate his the old way he drew
really?
them. You see it a lot in IDW. They'll do special covers where Eastman will come in and draw the cover in the old way.
Yeah, with art by Kevin Eastman. So yeah. Is it a new one or is it just? Oh yeah, there you go. It says he's returned for this. The paragraph underneath it. He's returned for this set's headliner card.
Each of the 4 main turtles is a headliner card.
Yeah. These cards feature original borderless artwork by Kevin Eastman with a shiny stamp.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, that's pretty dope, right?
Source material cards. Okay, so here's from this is the original cover, or the first cover.
TMNT 1, right?
Yeah, TMNT 1.
Oh, you can create multiple tokens. Is there a pizza token?
Oh.
I wonder what pizza would do.
Borderless pizza bundle cards. It's a crazy looking Splinter.
Savor the flavor, the pizza bundle. We're cooking up 6 cards from Magic's Past, topping them with pizza-themed artwork and serving them to you as part of Pizza Bundle. Oh, okay. Interesting.
The lands are slices of pizza. That's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Not using, New York.
Right. Yeah.
Connecticut. Places where the turtles have been.
Right.
Oh, well.
Just using pizza. Who puts broccoli on pizza?
Yeah, it's kind of nasty.
That could have been like a bell pepper, right?
Right. Mushrooms, though. Oh my god, I love mushrooms on pizza.
Typical swamp.
The play boosters.
I might have to get a play booster box
Mm-hmm.
to play with the turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too cool.
I might have to. I might jump into this one.
That's cool. You got why am I blanking?
Shredder.
Shredder. Yeah, you got Shredder on the collector booster.
So each booster box includes 12 collector boosters. Each booster pack contains 15 magic cards, 5 traditional foil commons, 3 foil uncommons. What are the odds of getting a headliner card, do you think?
Pretty low.
Pretty low.
I mean, it says headliner cards appear in this slot at a low rate.
Yeah.
Because there's only 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like getting the 1 of 1 ring, except you got maybe 4 times the odds because there's 4 cards. So I'm curious about these commander decks. So is a commander each turtle, or is it like Casey Jones and then the turtles and then a shredder and then a splinter or something?
Good question. Get in on turtle action with the set's commander deck. Turtle power. Each commander deck includes the following: 100 card commander deck.
Oh, it's just one commander deck? I mean, I guess, because who would... I don't know. Maybe there's Casey Jones fans out there who are like, I want him as my commander.
Yeah.
Or Rocksteady and...
Well, here's the commander deck list.
Ooh, okay. Oh, wait, these are... Are these available in the commander decks?
This deck's face commander is Leonardo.
Okay.
Partner character select lets you have 2 commanders with that abilities. Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting. I'm sure they'll, before it comes out, they'll do the whole set. Oh, the pizza bundle box looks cool, though.
Yeah, it does. They've got the... it's interesting. They've got the characters from the Mutant Mayhem movie with the ones that Seth Rogen produced.
Yeah.
But the artwork looks more like IDW.
Yeah. Does this correspond when the second movie comes out?
You mean when they re-release it in theaters?
The second Seth Rogen movie.
Oh, maybe.
I recently just saw that, like a trailer. Or, no, I don't even think it was a trailer. All what caught my eye was that it's called like Chrome Alone 2, and they mimic the Home Alone 2, the little house.
You know what? I think I saw that.
Is that what it's called? Yeah. See. Anyway, I just thought when you said that, I was like, when does this come out, and does it correspond with that?
I haven't seen this trailer. I saw the Chrome Alone, but I kind of just kept scrolling.
Yeah, me too. That's all how I've seen it. I need to watch Mutant Mayhem.
Yeah, if you haven't watched the first one, it's actually really good.
Yeah.
And then Tales of the TMNT, which is on Paramount Plus. I'm not saying subscribe to Paramount Plus to watch it, but if you happen to have a subscription, it's definitely worth your time. Which is just mini shorts based on this movie universe. So I guess in this world they are famous and well known, and now they've got action figures.
And they get different names.
Yeah. Looks funny.
Yeah. Oh, it comes out during Christmas. All right, there you go. Oh, well, that makes sense. Okay, cool.
Perfect Christmas movie. Okay. Okay. Back to our set. So we've got the box, the bundle, the pizza bundle. It's kind of shaped like a pizza box.
Yeah, that looks pretty dope.
And it has 9 boosters, 1 collector booster.
And then you get 25 non-foil pizza lands.
5 traditional foil pizza basic lands, 2 traditional foil pizza bundle promo cards, 2 reference cards, 1 oversized spin down life counter, 1 card storage box.
Okay, Draft Night is a product.
Oh, okay. So you get 12 play boosters and 1 collector booster.
90 basic lands.
Turtle team up. From your own team of heroes in a half shell form your own heroes team with this co-op play experience. Each turtle team up includes the following: 4 play boosters, 4 themed decks. Each deck is themed around one of the 4 main turtles.
And then an enemy deck. So this is a PvE?
Yeah, I think so.
I kind of like the sound of that.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds fun. Interesting. That has caught my eye.
Yeah, so I think I'll probably. I'm probably.
You're calling it.
I'm calling it. That'll be fun to play. And then pre-release packs.
Yeah, and that's where I think you'd get at your local LGS.
Nice. Let's see.
Is that different products, dude? $50 for the turtle team up?
All available for pre-order on Amazon.
Woo! $210 for a play booster box.
Oof.
Shnikes.
But $50 for the team up's not bad.
That's not. It didn't seem.
Yeah, I mean you pay between $50 and $80 for a board game for a game.
Right. Yeah. That would be a fun game night thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I think I saw they had the full artwork. This that's card image gallery. Let's see if that's. Yeah, looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So Clint, what is your history with the Ninja Turtles? I feel like there's such. I don't feel like it's actually a fact. They're such a part of the kind of the American cultural experience now.
Oh yeah.
They're just so embedded in our lives. What's your history with them?
My earliest memory of the Ninja Turtle, I was just thinking about it while we were going through these cards. My earliest memory is watching 1 and 2 at home on VHS.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember going to my friend's house, like 5 or 6 years old, and playing the video game on the Sega Genesis, which I don't know. I don't even know what game that was.
There's a few. There's quite a few.
Yeah, and they're probably all the same side scroller beat 'em up ones too.
Except for Tournament Fighters, there was a Street Fighter style.
Oh, was there?
Turtle game.
It was not that one. But we'd play for like hours, and then I remember having the toys. But my favorite, like I love, and the one I watched all the time was Secret of the Ooze. I loved TMNT 2, Secret of the Ooze, and then really, once we got in the late 90s. They were not as maybe they weren't as or maybe they were less on my radar. Mm-hmm. They seemed less culturally relevant to where I kind of fell out of anything Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles until maybe nostalgia kicked in, because I don't really remember them being much. I wasn't as interested in the Nickelodeon stuff or any of the other movies like with Megan Fox. So yeah, it was probably all 90s, man, for me. What about you?
So first I want to say your intuition would be correct when they sort of fell out of favor. We stopped noticing them. They did kind of die for a little bit. Okay, so my personal history would be, around 4 or 5 years old, 94, 95. I watched the hell out of those three live action movies.
Yeah.
Because we had them all on VHS, and I must have worn out those tapes.
Yeah.
I think we went through a phase where we kind of got rid of things we didn't want anymore, and we ended up selling those tapes or donating them. But around like the early 2000s, well, let me talk about the history of the Turtles first. Okay, so when I was a kid, we had the toys. I was all in. I had the toys, had the movies, had the video games, was pretending to be a turtle with friends. And,
right. Get like a necktie and put it around your eyes and all that.
Broomstick as a bow staff.
Yeah.
But the Turtles, they've been around since 1984. And they started off as an indie comic by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. To save money or something. I don't know. Let me pull up the Wikipedia article. It was printed. What was weird about the first Ninja Turtles comic was that it was printed in like a large print format. Why was it done that way?
What do you mean by large print format?
It was much bigger.
It was like a magazine versus a comic book?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
But why did they do that? I don't remember. But basically, Eastman and Laird were just sitting around, trying to think of comic book ideas, and they were kind of riffing off each other with like, one of them would do a sketch of a turtle, the other one would do a sketch of a turtle with like a bandana and nunchucks, and kind of what happened was they started parodying like the comics that they liked. So there's a little bit of Teen Titans and a lot of Daredevil influence in the Turtles. Instead of the hand, you had the foot.
Oh yeah.
They all wore red bandanas because Daredevil's color was red.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until the 1987 animated series that they got the colored bandanas. The 1987 series was kind of what caused them to blow up in the U.S.
Yeah. Because the early comics, not necessarily for kids.
Yeah. They're pretty dark. I mean, the first issue has an impaling in there with blood.
They wanted to be Frank Miller with these turtles.
Exactly. So they had that, and then the cartoon came about because they wanted a toy deal first. I was like, well, if we're going to do the cartoons, if we're going to do toys, we need a cartoon to advertise the toys. And back in the 80s, a lot of cartoons were basically 30-minute commercials for toys. And then the FCC started mandating, like, there's got to be, like, some amount of educational program in there.
Right.
So they would set aside a minute or two, like, you have to, knowing half the battle from G.I. Joe, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then Michelangelo telling you not to do drugs.
Yeah.
So in 87, you have the animated series, you have the toys, and it blows up, it becomes a phenomenon. So big, in fact, that they get a live-action movie. This is at a time when a lot of comic books weren't getting movies. Shooting began in 89, and the film released in 90. Around the same time as the first Batman movie. One of the highest-grossing indie films of all time, which I think we talked about that on another episode.
Yeah, because we watched it in theaters for the 35th anniversary. Yeah.
So yeah, the 90 movie was one of the highest-grossing films of all indie films of all time. Followed up with a sequel. The sequel was intensely Secret of the Ooze was intensely toned down in tone and made it less dark.
Yeah.
Turtles barely use their weapons in that movie. There's a lot of goofy sound effects.
Yeah.
Still a great movie though. I loved it.
Vanilla Ice. So.
Yeah, Vanilla Ice. And then you get the third movie where they go back in time. And at this point, this is like 93. At this point, I think Turtle Mania was starting to fizzle out just a little bit. They were still pretty popular, but I think the fad was starting to show its age.
I have no memory of the third movie.
No memory at all.
No memory at all.
They've dropped... So the costumes went from Jim Henson, because Jim Henson passed away. So the Jim Henson Creature Shop, I think they were... I don't know why, but they didn't do the third movie. I think it has something to do with Jim Henson's passing. So they have new suits in the third movie. They look like quality-wise, the suits are good, but they have like the weird little reptilian details on there that a lot of people didn't like.
Interesting.
And the animatronics on the face were different. What else? Okay, so in 93 you have the live action, the third live action movie. The animated series is still going, but you could tell they're kind of running out of steam. I think it eventually ends in 96 is when the cartoon ends.
Got it. So it goes from 87 to 96.
Yes.
Hell of a run.
Yeah, 9 seasons for cartoons, not bad at all. And then 97, you have a live-action TV series that's made by Saban, I believe. Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation. They introduce a fifth turtle, a female turtle. The show's... you can see clips on YouTube. It's ugly. It's hard to watch. It's not great. The show lasts one season, and then turtles kind of disappear. They fade into obscurity.
Mm-hmm.
All the way until 2003, when Mirage and Fox and 4Kids decide to revive the series with a new cartoon. This cartoon follows the story of the comic much more closely, and it does pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
From 2003 to 2009, I think the show goes.
And this is on Nickelodeon?
It's on Fox TV.
Oh, it's on Fox.
Yeah, Saturday morning Fox cartoons.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, back when Saturday morning cartoons were still a thing. And I was 13 when the show dropped. This like reignited Turtle Mania for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
For me, it was just like, with my allowance, I went and bought like the action figures. I had Ninja Turtle toys again. Being a high schooler with Ninja Turtle action figures is kind of, it's not something you brag about. But they released like video games like for GameCube and PS2.
Mm-hmm.
Like a 2-player beat 'em up. So it's like Turtle. It's like they've come back. At this point, I think just Peter Laird is running the show. Kevin Eastman, I think after the '97 show, he sold his shares to Peter, and was like, "I'm done."
Mm-hmm.
So it's just Peter Laird making these decisions now. And in 2009, he sells the full rights to the Turtles to Viacom, which is Paramount, Nickelodeon, basically. And Nickelodeon, since then, they've been, I think every year they've had something for the Turtles. They've kept it kind of alive in people's consciousness.
Right.
Hasn't been great every year, but they had that 2012 show that was really popular. I think it was just called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that CGI one.
Mm-hmm.
Super popular. And then you had the Michael Bay films, which were bad.
When did those come out? Was that circa 2011, 2012?
Yeah, I want to say 2014, 2015.
24, okay.
Yeah. I don't remember when I watched the first one, but I think I watched the second one while I was living in North Carolina, which was that time. The second one was actually an improvement, but they're still kind of bad.
I didn't even know there was a second one.
Yeah, so there's 2 Michael Bay live-action films. The Turtles are grotesque monstrosities.
Yeah. I just remember them looking terrible, and I never saw a second of it.
What else do you have?
I wish I could recall when I went into my comic book phase, I knew so many different details about the first 2 or 3 releases because they were graded differently based off of like, and I can't. That all fell out of my brain. I should have prepped that.
Well.
But if you're, I just hit the mic with my chin. Hopefully that wasn't audible. If you're looking to buy a CGC graded Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1, you best be ready to fork over lots and lots and lots of money because it is skyrocketed in price.
Yeah.
Probably in the last decade.
Yep.
Who was your favorite turtle?
I think Leonardo's my favorite.
When we played the video games is always the one I went with was Leonardo.
I always gravitate toward the leader character.
Yeah.
But Michelangelo, I'm always a nunchuck kid though. So growing up, I had my own pair of nunchucks. I still have nunchucks in the closet actually. I used to go to the local martial art like supply store we had in town, and I would use what little cash I had as a teenager to buy nunchucks, and I had the full set. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was whipping them around. Yeah. Back when YouTube was like new, I think I posted a couple videos of myself doing nunchuck tricks.
Audience, find that from the depths of YouTube.
If you are savvy enough, you might be able to find them.
Man, I hope somebody is. I always liked all the turtles, but Leo was my favorite, right? But I was like, it didn't seem like anybody liked Raphael. He was always the hard ass, kind of like grumpy.
Yeah, I don't know if I think somebody at my friend group liked Raphael, but
really, huh?
He's definitely got that dark horse.
Yeah, he's definitely a dark horse.
Yeah. And Donatello, I've always liked the bow staff. I thought the bow staff was cool.
Right. He was always, if we're playing the game and then my friend wanted to be Leonardo, I'd go Donatello. Yeah, I always thought the bow staff was cool. but the swords were freaking the most legit.
So I'm mostly just impressed by how long they've endured
Yeah.
in the cultural milieu.
Yeah.
Um,
They could have went the way of He-Man.
mhm.
They could have went the way of Thundercats. They didn't.
So what is it like? What is it about Four Green Turtles that endures to this day?
Honestly, here's something those 80s cartoons I just named that couldn't carry over
Mm-hmm.
were different generations.
Mm-hmm.
Because somehow the Turtles they're relevant to Gen X, and it must have been the films
Mm-hmm.
that resonated to us millennials that kind of carried it over. Now, I mean, but again, I'm speaking as a man in his mid-30s.
Mm-hmm.
Kids still like the Ninja Turtles too.
Mhm.
So maybe Nickelodeon did something right to kind of reinvigorate that. Because
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the Fox one.
Yeah.
And then I also wonder, in the 2000s, how many people were watching Fox cartoons?
I don't know. Again, my friend group was all in.
Yeah.
We were doing we were nerds in high school, so we were doing like the Saturday morning cartoons, and then we'd watch the cartoons. This is when like anime was getting popular too.
Right.
So we're getting like a lot of poorly dubbed anime. We'd watch these, and then we'd go to like the local Yu-Gi-Oh league at Toys R Us and play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
And this is how we spent a lot of our Saturdays.
What was this? Circa what year? Is this 2004?
Between 02 and 05, I would say.
02 and 05.
Mhm.
Man. 02. I need to recall back what I was doing in 02 and 05. Why did I miss this turtle reinvigoration?
Now, I call it a reinvigoration, but I think nobody was really talking about it outside of, again, my little friend group
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah.
So, and we, of course, we had the internet then, and but I wasn't as savvy on forums, so I don't know what
Mhm.
the cultural zeitgeist was saying about it.
I think circa
But I do want to say it must have caught Viacom's attention.
yeah. Enough for them to be like, well, yeah, let's buy that
Mm-hmm.
and then make a boatload of money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I must have just fell out of 03, 04, I think is when I was becoming a movie nerd.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe I just thought I was above cartoons at that point.
Maybe.
I was probably a snobby dork.
I mean, we all go through stuff like that. Like
Right.
I thought I was above Pokemon.
Now look at you.
Yeah, now look at me. From like 01 to 04, I think I was snubbing, I was snubbing it, and then other story for another day.
You know what might tempt me? Again, I'm in my 4K Blu-ray phase. Is Arrow did the first 3 movies remastered to 4K, and it's like there's a sick Black Friday sale.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I revisit those movies because, again, we went and watched the first one. I'm dying to watch the second one again, and then I have no memory of the third, so I'd like to watch the third.
Yeah, I think that. So the second one, I think they're doing another theater showing in March. So we can definitely watch that. I want to say there is a 4K set.
Yeah, Arrow just did one.
Oh, they did do that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're gonna buy it?
That's what I'm saying. If there's a sick Black Friday sale,
Oh, okay, yeah.
then I mean, right, $70 ain't bad for 3 movies.
And
But look at
trading
that.
cards.
Look, isn't that kind of cool?
Well, let me show the audience this one.
Yeah. Look how cool that is.
That's sick.
Yeah, it is pretty sick.
Roy's Pizza. So Roy's Pizza is the pizza shop in the pizza shop in the second movie
Yeah.
where a young Ernie Reyes Jr. works.
Dude, I got that I got the beginning of that movie burned into my brain forever with Ernie Reyes Jr. and delivering and
She should be buying wholesale.
What's the Arrow exclusive? The second option. On the you see that What does that include?
Oh, it looks like different artwork for the.
Oh.
Unless that was. Yeah. Oh, you got to get the exclusive. So new artwork, themes around each movie.
All right.
And it releases 16 December.
Oh, pre-order.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not even out yet. Ooh.
So no Black Friday deal, probably.
No Black Friday deal, but that's tempting.
Mm-hmm.
This conversation has tempted me to make a potentially rash decision and add 3 more movies in my collection.
Good stuff.
Yep.
I remember when the Viacom buyout was happening. So I would say around this time I got high-speed internet in 2007. So I was catching up on becoming an internet. What do you call somebody who just lives on the internet? Terminally online.
Yeah, terminally online.
I was transitioning into a terminally online person at this time. So in 2007, got high-speed internet for the first time. I'm on the internet all the time. And so I'm keeping up to date with Ninja Turtle news, and I find out about the Viacom buyout right before it happens, and I kind of panic a little bit. Not panic, but I did worry. I said, it's gonna lose all its soul. It's gonna be just kind of another corporate whatever. It's not gonna be the same. And while I haven't loved everything that Nick has done or Viacom has done with it, I love that they've kept it alive.
Yeah,
the way they did, and that with IDW comics, it still feels like they've got something for everybody. They've got for IDW comics for the mature audience. They got the Nickelodeon cartoons for the kids. They celebrate nostalgia all the time. So
from the CM Pop Show, thank you Viacom.
And that'll be the only time you ever hear that. But yeah, so I'm excited to see what the future holds for the Turtles.
Yeah. Man, that was a fun trip.
Yeah.
Down nostalgia lane. I learned a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I had such a 20-year blind spot in the Turtles that I have. Or probably closer to 30-year blind spot, to be honest.
And I think you can watch all this stuff on YouTube now. I think they're running like 24/7 streams
Oh, nice.
all these different cartoon series.
Yeah. Like the original, the 9-season run and all that.
The 9-season run, the 2003 cartoon. I think those two at least.
Sick.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I think that's all I've got.
That's all I got, man.
Thank you all for joining us on episode 10. And if you've watched any of our previous episodes, thank you. The views show that nobody's really watching, but for the 1 or 2 of you who are, thank you.
Thank you. And if you've made it this far, man, I can't wait to see you on episode 100.
Until next time, Malcolm Clint, do you have anything you want to plug?
Do you like 30-second vinyl record reviews? Do you also like Steelbook 4K movie reviews? Check me out on Go Clash Collectibles on YouTube.
And me, I'm Goose at malikbahar.com on Blue Sky. You can find me anywhere on YouTube, or anywhere on the internet. Just look up my name. Until next time.
Peace.
Peace.